Hello and good afternoon. This is another edition of Style Speaks. I have a lovely guest waiting to talk to us today on this sunny, inclement, well actually it's not inclement, it's kind of a warm, I guess we'd call that inclement, huh? But it's a warm, seasonably warm day for December afternoon, like, what's it, like 60, 70s, 70 degrees, 71 degrees out there, and it's December the 5th. Who knew? But we're indoors today at Shaw Howard University. Talking to Alexis. Hello, Alexis. How are you?
I'm fine.
You're looking lovely. Look how good she is. I pick them good. Well, Alexis, tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Washington, D.C., Northwest.
Oh, are you really? I didn't know that about you. I'm glad I'm just kind of learning that. I didn't do all my homework on you, so it could be kind of raw and fresh. So, okay, uptown, upper Northwest?
Near what used to be Walter Reed.
Oh, so did I. We'll talk later. I'm from that same part of town.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, obviously, have you lived any other place other than Washington, D.C. area? Have you ever moved away, north, south, east, west, whatever?
I moved to Clinton.
Not too far.
Maybe a couple months ago.
Well, this is great because a lot of what I do. I talk to people in relation to style and fashion and just what their viewpoints on DC or the Washington metropolitan area as it relates to style and fashion. I see you came very elegant, very chic, kind of giving a little Chanel, little Donna Karan kind of flavor going on. Yeah, I know my names or whatever. So, if you had to, first I want to ask a little bit about you. If you had to kind of categorize your style, I did mention Donna Karan and maybe even a little Norma Kamali, but Chanel kind of thing going on. How would you classify your style, your sense of style, in maybe one word?
Impossible.
Okay, elaborate on that a little bit.
Now, why it would be impossible? Pretty much, this is today. Tomorrow, I might feel like sweatpants and a snapback and tennis shoes.
Okay.
So I'm really all over the place.
So I guess one word wouldn't really classify your style. More eclectic, more kind of, we were talking about earlier today, my assistant and myself, about people dressing for their moods. And I think most people kind of do, but if you were to give, a label to you, are you usually more kind of chic, conservative, classic, urban, kind of one of those kind of terms? What would you, break it down for me? I get that you're eclectic, but your look today is very kind of classy yet chic.
Look, we're gonna let you try it. Go ahead.
She's like, okay, well, you go ahead and call it what you want.
Go ahead.
Okay, we gonna move past that one. She's like, okay, well, so you never really kind of termed it for yourself?
Not
necessarily.
Really.
So have you always been that way, or is this something?
I look up to, for clothing, I look up to people like Betsy Johnson, Betty Davis, Joan Crawford, a lot of classics.
Okay.
But the reality of me going out and then hunting through thrift stores, getting vintage stuff, I'm lazy.
Okay.
I get what I get, put it together.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. You're kind of one of those no nonsense. If it works, if it looks good, call it whatever you want. This is what I'm feeling that day.
Yes.
Okay. Well, take that. Well, what do you see? And we know you're in the business of making people look good, dealing with makeup and all that kind of stuff, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But what do you see in your movings about the town? Are you easy to recognize different looks, different styles? Are you one to be, because you look really nice, so obviously you know what looks good, and you like the business of making other people look good, including yourself. So, but what attracts you when you're on the streets of DC in your clientele, about what kind of, what will make you kind of do a double take? Or are you really conscious about fashion and what you see on the streets of DC as a whole?
Yeah, I'd like to consider myself conscious.
Okay.
Walking down the street, if I see a really awesome pair of shoes, I'll stop a person.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm going to steal your shoes.
Okay.
You know, borderline criminal type thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I find myself very conscious. Hair, makeup, of course.
Okay, right.
And being a makeup artist and having actual prescription glasses, I pick up on flaws instantly, which is kind of bad. But like if I see somebody who's got, I try to find at least one compliment in every person.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Like, oh, you know, I like what you do with your hair. You have beautiful skin, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, so you do recognize that, and you're conscious of how you look, not only how you look, but how other people look. So that is important. And moving towards why you do what you do. I mean, and before I ask you about the makeup piece, who were some of your, I like to ask this question because it kind of gives me an insight on just who the person is. Who were some of your influences, like growing up, or maybe in your teen years, or even young adult? You're not that much past young adult, but like some of the people that you maybe not necessarily emulated, but like some fashion influences that you really looked to be like hot.
Spice Girls. Don't judge me.
Spice Girls. Which one? Scurry, Sporty, all of them. Okay, is that right? That's pretty cool.
Because think about it, Victoria Beckham. Blew up. No one knew it. Blew up. Blew up too.
Yeah.
Pick all of them. You got two winners.
Yeah, definitely. And they all had their own. And the thing is and it's interesting, and I can see why you picked them because they all had their own individual looks and different senses of style. So you could probably relate to all five of them, right?
Right.
Yeah. You could be on any given day, maybe give each of those looks. I can see that. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Except for big hair, I mean, that's gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, scary. Well, that's scary, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's scary. Okay, with the big hair. Okay, well, so tell us how you got into the world of makeup and why makeup, and what do you think makeup is doing, and how that business is kind of evolving because I think I see now more women. Definitely, the hair is big right now. Not necessarily women's own hair, but hair is definitely a focus with the eyelashes, with the makeup and all that. So how do you feel, how are you loving the fact that makeup has kind of done a comeback or a 360? I don't think makeup was always that prominent on women. Women has always worn makeup, but I think eyelashes and eyebrows and the liner and the makeup and yours is impeccable today. So I mean, it really works for you. So why did you take an interest in that?
Well, I actually started makeup in high school, my maybe sophomore year in theater, and I kind of got dragged into it.
Oh, did you really? It wasn't something that you actually sought out to do?
Not at all.
Happenstance. Okay.
Yeah, my teacher didn't want me to act, so she was like, "You're on makeup duty." And then my friend, who's a bigger girl, she got casted as Rafiki, and she refused to be a baboon because she was already big. She was like, "Make me a peacock." I'm like,
she said a baboon.
I know. We were both outraged. So she's like, "Make me a peacock." I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna try this stuff." They give me a bunch of little paints, and I'm like, "We're gonna draw some feathers and put some feathers in your hair there, and then there you go."
Okay.
And
it kind of worked.
Yeah, and then from then on, everyone was like, "Oh, can you do my makeup for prom?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, I do your makeup for prom." But then, I started, people would actually let me experiment on them for money.
Right.
And I was excited about that. So.
Wow, so it just kind of happened for you.
Yeah.
Well, did you did you draw as a kid? I mean, did you recognize that creative sense in you at all? I mean.
Well, my mom always said I was creative because in addition to makeup, I sing, I dance, I play guitar, electric and acoustic, and piano. So I used to draw too, but for like a hot second.
Okay, we're gonna get all that. She do a lot. She got, she's a little every woman over here. Got a lot going on. Okay, that's really cool. I love the way that happened for you when people kind of recognize. Because I have a little story, even how I got started with Style Speaks. I'm not going to tell today, but just having a muse and having someone who inspired you or who kind of provoked you or promoted you to kind of pull something out of you that maybe you didn't even know you had. and just kind of stuck with you and kind of said that I think you're good at this and you can do that. So I love those kind of stories. So that's wonderful that you took hold of it and you said, well, yeah. And you figured out, well, if people are going to pay for it,
right?
Maybe I can make some money. And yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe so you decided. So did you decide to, because maybe you had to get licensed, or if you wanted to do a profession that people take you seriously, you're going to have to go to school for it. So did you go through all that piece, or?
You know, for DC, it's actually quite different. If you want to get into makeup, when you go into school for it, you just get a certificate. It doesn't prove anything. It doesn't hold you liable for anything. What really holds you liable is a contract, having your own way of funds, websites, stuff like that.
Okay.
Really, cosmetology is generally just for hair. They might have one makeup class in there, but it doesn't make you qualified to do
Not
makeup.
Licensed, if you will? Okay.
Yeah, they don't, for DC, you really don't even have to have a license, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But, I've been doing makeup for a couple of, for probably close to a year professionally now.
Okay.
Yeah, so generally when I do makeup, people just, they're like, oh, they call me. I don't have to really advertise too much anymore.
Oh, I see.
And I had a coworker at my last day job. She actually brought me on for DC Fashion Week, and that's when it just hit the ground.
Yeah, to get that exposure, people see what you do. I mean, because I think a good one, and it's all in how you brand yourself and how you market yourself. And a lot of people, are out there and they, kind of market themselves at this professional this, and they are all brand and all that, but they really like that person who's kind of understated. And I'm just really good at what I do, and I ain't really trying to sell it, but I can do, kind of sort of that laid back swagger, like I think like you have. And I think people welcome that. It's like, I think I like her. I prefer, someone like, what I'm saying? The people are just not that braggadocious and, think that they're just like the creme de la creme. When all I can do is show you, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, try to sell my craft to you. I can show you better than I can, and you seem like you come from that place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like that place. It was nice.
Yeah. well, tell us a little bit about the makeup. So tell us a little bit about some of the other things that you're doing.
Well, right now it's really just makeup.
Okay.
I was recently let go of my day job.
Okay. Sorry to hear that. Okay.
No.
Okay.
It gives you more time to do what you love.
Okay.
So pretty much I go back and forth to New York.
Love her attitude. Just flip that negative into a positive. We like her. Go ahead.
Plus unemployment's great. No, but you go. I go back and forth to New York. There's actually a trade show this weekend. Unfortunately, I can't make. But just going back and forth to New York, I did Brooklyn Fashion Week. Mm-hmm. I did DC Fashion Week for 2 cycles. Mm-hmm. I did the presidential inaugural fashion show. I
saw that.
Go tour. I've done a lot of.
Well, you got some stuff on your resume.
I know, right? Yeah. Out of nowhere, 1 year, just boom.
Okay, on Style Speaks, I'm like, okay. You all that. Well, that's good. Well, moving forward, what do you plan on doing? What's your aspiration? Where do you kind of want to go from here? I mean, because you already kind of know what you can do. It sounds like you're very comfortable in your space. You just really have this very cool kind of, I don't really need to impress you. I can show you better than I can tell you kind of attitude, which I really, really like. So what's your game plan? What you working on? What you want to do next?
Well, 2014.
You can't take up nothing because you got too many things you're doing.
Apparently.
So we need to hone in on one of these or two.
Right.
One or two of these you've already doing.
Okay. So we'll just stick with the makeup right now and maybe talk about skiing later. Maybe. But,
jumping from planes. Okay.
How do you not want to do that next?
I don't know. It just seemed like, yeah.
But makeup-wise,
I
am. Okay. But makeup-wise, 2014... hopefully, if all permits, it's going to be a big year. I'm working with a seamstress. I'm working with a couple of photographers and a couple other models because I also do modeling on the side. We're going to get together.
Of course she does.
Going to get together, and it's going to be like my whole, revamping. I'm going to have Alexander McQueen inspired shoot with a cape and lighting and broken glass and stuff. It's gonna be edgy.
All right. It sounds a little edgy, literally. Gonna get cut.
Very cutting edge.
Cutting edge.
I'm from DC. I know about that.
Cutting. I got that. I know about that Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So
you have a busy 2014 planned.
I mean, that's just January. I'm hoping if all things go the way I want them to go, New York Fashion Week, autumn and winter, because that's right around the corner.
Oh, absolutely. And
I have a friend who's supposedly bring me on for Paris Fashion Week.
Wow.
And then London Fashion Week, just the major hard-hitting ones. Those are my goals. If it doesn't work...
Do you need like a companion?
I was about to ask where you go.
You know what I'm saying? We can let Michael, we don't have to bring Michael, but if you need a companion...
It's easier for press to get in than for makeup. You know that.
I kind of get that. I don't take advantage of a lot of the opportunities that I get because I guess I just get so involved in the maneuvers of getting the interviews booked and the times and the scheduling wears me out and people not showing.
Michael, you need to do better at this.
Not Michael not showing, but a guest not coming through or whatever. I'm speaking to one person specifically, I don't call no name. But so when the invites come, I'm like really flattered that people are like, well, yeah, we want StyleSpeaks to represent whatever. But I'm like, okay, all right. I have to really get motivated because I'm just like sometimes I'm just tired.
I'll be tired.
What's on TV? Basketball on tonight, football on tonight, whatever. So Friday nights and Saturday nights don't matter. I don't have to be in the street basically. But anyway, well, that is wonderful. Let people know how to find you. I know I didn't mention off the top. I said your name, but I didn't say. Her Facebook page is something else.
Yeah.
So now you kind of know. Why she. I don't know if you came up with that name or somebody. Oh, you came up with it. It's something else. But her name is Alexis. But I'm gonna let her tell you how to find something else.
Well, there's plenty of ways. I blame a lot of people for having me, go above and beyond with exposure, because if you really just go on Google and type in Alexis Stewart makeup artist or Alexis Stewart makeup artist DC, all my contact stuff just comes up, and I'm like, that is very creepy.
Okay.
But I'm something else on Facebook. My fan page is Alexis Stewart makeup artist. Instagram and Twitter, Young Quiche. Quiche spelled Keish. Some people don't know how to spell that. Don't worry about that. But most of my stuff, StyleSeat, you'll find me everywhere. Raw artist. I was recently a raw artist, so I'm on there as Alexis, the makeup artist. So, yep.
Well, thank you so much for your time. That's all I'm going to keep you for today. I mean, I can really talk to you forever, but I'm not going to hold you. But I know that there's some people that are going to want to get in contact with you. You've been a great spirit, a great sport, and I appreciate you taking out your time this afternoon and coming to talk to me.
Yay.
All right? But we're going to keep in contact. Because I was serious about getting to your baggage to go on them trips.
I know.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I know, right? Thank you so much. Well, this has been another edition of Style Speaks. Until the next time, take care.